Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Salesforce Real-Time Scenario series. Today we are going to discuss to the another real-time scenario. So this is the we are going to build the reusability lighting web components dynamically displayed by the selected fields information means that is the selected fields record information. So here we have to rebuild by the reusability the so lighting web component for the any record page. So here as a Salesforce developer we need to build a reusable lighting web component that can be dynamically displayed by selected field information. Which fields we are going to give it now, that fields information I want to display. Okay, this is the we can reuse to the multiple objects, means multiple record pages like account or contact or opportunity. Wherever we want, we can utilize by the same Lightning web component page without duplicating by the same code. Without duplicating by the same code. Let's see how we are going to build this one. So let's come to the here. I'm going to create by the one Lightning web component. So here okay, so here reuse so reuse the display record information. Okay, record information we are going to display reusable component. Okay, so now here we are going to reuse it purpose. I'm going to take it by the two properties. One for the which object we are going to display and which object fields, that object fields we have to display by the right in the component. So those fields information we are going to dynamically capture. So that's why here we are going to make it as the @ API public property. Why? Because means this is we are going to use it for the our LWC components, means in the record pages. This is the we are going to use it by in the record page. So here we have to take it by one property object API name. One more is the here we need to import by the API fields API names. So we can give it by with the comma separated to the fields API name, that fields automatical command stored by the here. And one more we are going to take it by here record ID, in which record page we are going to embedded by this LWC component. We need to get it by that current page record ID. That current page record ID we need to get it. So these are the three values. From the current page, from the current record page, we are going to access by the object API name, fields API names, and current page record ID. How we are going to get it by the current page record ID? We are going to import. So here we can use it by the object info, right? So here we are going to take it by the get object info from Lightning UI object, this one. Okay, info API. So here we are going to get it by the current page record ID, object API name, and fields API names. Okay, let's save. Now come to the here. Once we are going to store by our fields now, so here we can split it by those fields. Why? Because we are going to give it by the with the comma separator, right? Get. So here we are going to get it by the our object fields. Okay, object fields. So return this dot fields API name dot split. So save, and here we have to save it. In this we are going to store it by the comma separated like this. For example, account object name rating. So we have the industry like this. We have to store it by with the comma separated by the account object fields. Here object API name is the we are giving by the account. If you embedded by the this lightning web component in the account record page, automatically comment store by the record ID by the here. So if field API names we are going to mention name, rating, industry, those will be the, we are going to split it. Why? Because means each field value we need to display by this separately. Okay. Now here we have to display by the, that information. So lightning card title. So here we have to display by the record information. So already we know, right? We have the lightning record form. Okay, with the record form, we have to display by our selected fields also, right? So here we have to use it for the LDS lightning data service. Record form. So object API name. Here we are storing now our object API name. This is our object API name. Dynamically we are fetching by the object API name. And here we have to display by the fields. Which fields we want, that selected fields only, right? So where we are split by our fields, actually here we are split by the here na object fields. And here we have to display by the columns. To read only, and mainly we have to give it by the record ID. Which record information, right? Record ID equals to record ID. So here we are going to give it by the object API name, object fields, and record ID. And columns we can display by the just to read only modify this record form. So here we are going to store it by our object API name, fields, and record ID. But how to capture for the record API name and fields for the current record page? Current record page. So we need to configure, right? When we are going to configure, we can able to access the those fields information from the record form. So here we are going to give it by the targets. It's true. So targets. Target is the we have to give it by the lightning record page. And here we have to configure to the those fields na. So that's why here we have to take it by the target configuration. In this, which fields want information we need to use it. So here we have to take it by the property name equals to. So here which property information we are going to store it? Object API name na. So that's why here we are going to take it by both will be the same. Here name and here property name must be the same. Then only it is automatically stored by that field information. So here type is the we are going to store it by the string type, and label equals to object API name. Your wish, you can take it by the anything by the here. Okay, so here we are going to take it by the property. Why it is showing this one? Okay, configs. Under the configs, we are going to give it by the target config. Then only we can able to display the here target where we want to utilize this one lightning record page, right? So here we can give it by the lightning record page. Same like under the targets, we are going to give it with target. Under the configs, we are going to give it by the config. And one more also, we need to give it by the fields purpose. So here, property, name. So we are going to store it by the fields here. In these fields, we are going to split it later. Okay. So fields, label. So here fields, API name, object API name. Let's save and deploy to this one. Once we can preview the output, then we can check it. Okay, let's come to the here. So we can take it by the any record page. For example, if you are going to the account, open by the any one of the record, click on edit, gear symbol, click on edit page. So here reuse, we are deployed, right? Component record page, we are given is exposed to true. Okay, type of mistake, reuse. Okay, so here you can drag and drop by the here. So here we are going to mention by the object name, PA name, account. So object API name, what we are given by the here, this is the label, object API name we are giving now. Here this is appear by the our object API name. Here we are mentioned by the account now. This account value stored by the in this object API name. And same like fields also. Fields we are going to give it by the name, rating, industry, like this with the comma separated with the API names you can give it. Okay, with the API names we can give it by the with the comma separated by the all the fields. What is the required fields means what is the selective fields we need to display here we are going to give it by the here. Okay, so these are all the fields information like phone, whatever you want you can. Okay, let's save, activate, let's send to the default arc and assign to the our specific application LWC real-time scenarios now. Let's back to the here. See here, what are the fields information here? Here same also with the appear na. Actually, we are not given by the rating and phone number something and industry. See here, this information will be the populated current page record ID automatically fetched by the here and populated by the information. Actually, we are given by the columns too. So save and deploy. Refresh by the page. See here, it is displayed with the two columns and it is the read only. It is the read only. Okay. Now here same component I am going to embed it into the contact. Let's open by the any one of the contact. Click on gear symbol, click on edit page. So again, same drag and drop by in the account page, sorry, contact page. Here we can give it by the object API name, contact. So here we have to display by the last name, first name, email, and phone. Whatever the fields we have the required, we can give it by the from the record page. These fields automatically come and sit by the here. Come and sit by the here fields API name. When the HTML is loaded, automatically called by the object fields. Na? So this method will be the called. Get it by the object fields. Already we are stored by the, our fields API names. It is automatically split by the with the comma separated. Let's save now. So activate. Send to the LWC real-time scenarios. So save. Back to the page. See here, first name only we have, last name we don't have. That's why it's not appear. So here we are going to give it by the first name is the Rom, second name is the Abhi, and here phone number something, and email is the something test at the rate something. See here, information will be the populated by the here. So like this, we are going to embedded by the our LWC component. We can reusability the functionality. We can reusability the our functionality. Okay. So this is the we no need to required. We can hide it by the this one. Okay, it's not a required. Without this one, we can able to access by the our record ID. Okay, we can get it by the our record ID when the which component is we are going to which record page is the loading. Na, that record page ID automatically capture that record UI object info is we are using for the different scenarios. I will let you that is later. So as of now, so here record ID automatically fetch by the current page record ID. API names, fields API names, we can give it by the now, okay. From the UI to in which record page we are going to access this component, that object API name, and we can give it by the fields API name. We can use it for the custom objects also, custom object API name and custom objects, fields API names also we can give it. So this is the helpful to the reusability, the same component, okay, same component we can reusability without duplicating the code. Okay, it is also one of the interview question, okay, and it is the real-time scenario we can helpful to the reusability, our LWC components. Okay, I hope it's clear how it was the implemented. Stay tuned for the more real-time scenarios.